They get volunteer. Yeah, right. They get volunteer. They're the same.
Yeah, where they going on? See, they teach the idea of just having one wife. Yeah, that's all. Like I said, it ain't speedy.
If you got plenty of money, I guess you can.
It's a good show. It's a good I know guys, they'll call you a polygamist.
Yeah. I got you. Just ask a question.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, that's enough, you know. That's what it is.
Turn your camera around.
Okay, yeah, come, you got it out. Go
Turn
ahead.
your camera around. Turn your face around. There it is.
Yeah, it's already. You gotta stand stiffly.
It's that.
Come. This is Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is now at hand.
That's right, man. So it's not at hand, man. All right? Yeah, but believe it or not, man, we're really closer to the day of the Lord than you believe, man. All right? We're even more closer to that day with every passing hour, man. All right? And you got some guys out there that try to put far off the day of the Lord. We're just already at the doorstep. All right? You know, you already got the mark of the beast that's being implemented within the society, man. So that really is one of the major prophecies that make everything fall through, man. All right? So we're not too far off from the Lord returning, man, and to live in his elect, man. All right?
Verse 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness.
That's right, man. So it's not a joyous day, man. All right? For you people, man. Okay? Because that day is a day of judgment, man. All right? So if you're not, if the Lord finds you out, man, if you're not right, then that spells your death right there, man. All right? That's what the scriptures say, and it commands you to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, man. All right? Why? Because we all right now at the mercy of Yahweh Shemel Shah right now, man. Even as we do this work, man, we're still at the mercy of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. Anybody can come up and try one of us, man. Anybody can come up with a pistol, you know, aim and try to rob us or whatever, man. All right? So everything that we do is based off the mercy of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. We can't do anything, man. All right? But the thing that we can do is what we just said earlier, stand stiff. Stand stiff for the thing. All right?
It says, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it.
That's right, man. So where it's talking about that great people and the strong, it's not talking about the literal man. All right? It's not talking about a literal soldier, man. It's really talking going to the missiles, man. All right? That's that great army and that strong that the Lord has devised for Babylon, man. All right? Because guess what? And the key point that I just read, which you can, if you don't catch it, you know, you're going to lose it, right? He said, this shall never been light, neither shall that be in the future. Yeah. So in the future, it's not going to be any more ICBM missiles, man. You're going to have the people that are here, right? You're still going to have the army of Israel, right? The elect. But the army that's not going to be there is going to be those missiles, man. All right? Because after this war, the war to end our worlds, that's it, man. All right?
Even to the years of many generations, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth.
Right, and that's the point, man. All right? So a flame burneth, man. A fire coming before them and a flame burneth, man. All right? It's more than that.
The land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
Right, so the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, right? So before they make their mark, all right, before they even come, this place what you see right now is paradise to this people, man. That's what the word Eden actually goes into, man. Right. That word Eden goes to the Hebrew Adon, which means paradise. So this land that you see in America is paradise to these people, man. All right? So the land right here is the Garden of Eden before them. All right, you got up.
And behind them a desolate wilderness.
Right, and behind them a desolate wilderness, man. So once they hit their mark, that's it, man. It's gonna live out their paradise, man. All right? It's gonna live out their paradise, which they've known for so many years, man. All right? And when that happens, you know, that's basically it, man. All right? That's it for your fun time, man. So the destruction of America is gonna come by those missiles, man, like the August Reed. All right, you got us.
Yea, and nothing shall escape them.
And nothing will escape them, man. So it's going to be absolutely no escape from the missiles, man. All right, no escape from the judgment of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Man, the Lord said himself that none shall escape, man. All right, and none can deliver out of the hands of the Lord. All right, so hold what you got.
This is Revelation chapter 16 and verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
Right, man. So it said, blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, man. All right? Now, it's not talking about your literal garments, okay? It's not talking about literally having a garment and keeping and watching over, man. No, it's talking about the knowledge. All right? So it said, blessed is he who watcheth and keepeth his garments, man. All right? They keep this wisdom and knowledge, understanding within your mind, man. All right? That's what it means by that, man. All right? Unless you walk naked and they see your shame, man. All right? And the form of walking naked is walking without the knowledge, man. Walking without the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, not knowing what's going on, man. Not knowing what it is to be a Hebrew Israelite, all right? Not knowing how to be in these last days, man, all right? They don't know.
It's Luke chapter 12 and 39. And this note, that if the good man of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched and not have suffered his house to be broken through.
Right, so if they knew what hour the Lord is going to return, all right, they would get themselves together, man. All right? If you knew the hour, the day, and the minute that the Lord is going to return, the people will turn back from their wickedness, man. All right? They'll turn back and they try to subscribe to being a Hebrew Israelite, man. All right? So the Lord made sure to keep it behind closed doors, all right? So that the ones that are sincere about this thing, all right, they're going to be found to be worthy for deliverance, man. All right. So again, like I just read, said if they knew what time the watchman would come, they would have not seen the house to be broken through. All right. So again, that's why the Lord set it up for him to return as a thief in the night, man. All right.
Yeah, it's on Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
That's right, man. So before time, right, in the ancient world, all right, you had wars that were fought with swords and arrows, man. All right, you had wars that were fought with swords and arrows, all right, and garments rolled in blood, like I just read, all right. But this war, all right, the war that we're coming into is going to be by burning and fuel of fire, man. All right. Now again, with that scripture and there has the particular word fuel, man. All right. Now we always bring out, man, what's fuel doing in the Bible, man? All right. So of course, the one that fueled the fire is talking about those missiles, man. All right. This advanced technology that we have right now, this is what's fueling this current war, man. All right. And that's what's going to be used. That's the device that the Lord is going to use to sweep everything clean, man. All right. That's why it's known as the beast of destruction. The Lord's going to come through with it and sweep everything that's unclean, man. Right.
Isaiah 13 verse 5, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
That's right, man. So it said they come from a far country, all right? Now that far country is talking about on the other part of the world, the eastern part of the world, man. All right? That's why you have nations like Russia, Iran, China, all these different nations in the form of a race war, man. All right? Because not a race war, but arms war. It's like it. All right, because the arms war, all right, you have these nations trying to gear up their military might, all right, for this next coming war, man. All right, because the prophecy concerning the scripture with World War III has always been around, man. People are always speaking about World War III. When World War III going to happen? All right, if you do a simple Google search and you find all type of results concerning World War III, man, about how these people that are within the military and how they predict this next coming war is coming soon. All right, so it's not far fetched, man. All right, so I'll read that again now.
Con, it's on Isaiah 13, verse 5. It says, they come from a country from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
That's right, man. These are known as the weapons of the Lord's indignation, man. All right, to destroy the whole land. So this is a device that the Lord is going to devise to destroy Babylon, man. All right, because again, with the device of the Lord, these missiles, all right. This is what's going to be used to used as that beast of destruction, which I mentioned earlier, is to sweep everything clean, man. Right?
Yeah, this Isaiah 14 and 23. It says, I will also make it a possession for. Matter of fact, I started verse 22. Isaiah 14 and 22. I will rise up against them, says the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon
the name and remnant, and son and nephew, saith the Lord. I will also make it a possession for the bitter and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the beasts of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts.
Right, man. So the Lord says he's going to sweep it with the beast of destruction, man. All right? So that device, those thermonuclear missiles, is going to be used as the beast, all right, to sweep this place clean, man. All right? And also, swear in that same scripture, right? It says that it shall neither leave them son or nephew, man. So in other words, the Lord is going to cause this destruction to cut off the name of Esau, man. All right? To cut off his dominion and cut off his reign, man. All right? So the Lord's going to use this to cut off Esau and his rulership, man. All right? So in other words, after this, Esau's not going to rule anymore, man. All right? Because if you look through history, there's always been a constant struggle between Jacob and Esau, man. All right? Jacob is always Esau. So Esau came to worship by way of the Greeks and the Romans, and then they fell, and then you had Jacob become and rule during the Byzantine Empire, all right, after the so-called Holy Roman Empire, and then Esau came back into rulership, man. All right, in the form of the Renaissance, all the way up until now. And guess what? That power is going to be transferred back to Jacob again, man. But this time it's going to be in righteousness.
This is Amos chapter 9 and 13. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper and the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed.
Right, and that's a transfer of power, man. All right? All right? So the ones that are in servitude, all right? The ones that are walking upon the earth as servants, like the scriptures say, if somebody can find that, I saw servants on horses. So it's going to be a transfer of power, man, because the ones who are meant to rule are not in rulership right now, man. All right? The ones who are meant to rule are in a lower state. And the ones who are meant to be in a lower state are in rulership, man. All right? The ones who are the basis of all men is sitting up on top right now, man. All right? The reason why the Lord does that is to reveal who the wicked is, man, pursuing the 2 Thessalonians. All right? You got up.
This Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 5, it says, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and an error which proceedeth from the ruler.
Right, it's in an error has proceeded from the ruler, man. All right? So here it is, man. The scriptures say, look, this must be an error from the Lord. All right? You know, this can't be happening, man. All right? But here it is, and here it is today, man. You got the ones that are supposed to be in servitude there on top, man. It's going to go into it. You got up.
Verse 6, it says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places.
That's right, man. And the rich sit in a low place. All right? The ones who dwell with wisdom, right, and the knowledge and the understanding. And that's why in that same scripture as well, or in the same book, it's written by Solomon, man. All right? Because King Solomon didn't desire for any riches, man. All right? And, hey, you want to read that scripture again now. This is the perfect example.
It's Rock 10 and 6.
I wish you could put the camera wherever we can.
This is Rock. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places.
Right, man. Folly is set in great dignity. See, and the Lord made his point, man. You see that? So the Lord just made his point, man. That's right. You see how beautiful that is? So the Lord said, look, folly is set in great dignity, man. That's set in great dignity, man. All right? People would rather jump on that contraption than to come out here and listen to the word, man. All right? So again, it says folly is set in great dignity, right? And the rich sit in low place. All right? So right now in today's society, man, it's cool to be an idiot, man. It's cool to be a comedian. That's why one of the biggest I want to say one of the biggest business, one of the biggest professions to be in is to be a comedian. All right, that's why you got guys like Kevin Hart. You know, you had old comedians. All right, you had one point it was Eddie Murphy. All right, so that's in great dignity, man. All right, yeah, that's right, man. Being a court jester, like I said, man. All right, and the rich, the ones that dwell in wisdom, they sit in a low place, man. All right.
Yeah, verse 7, it says, I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Now, there's a reason why this scripture came right after that, man. All right? Because the rich are sitting in a low place, man. The ones who are the rich and the ones with wisdom is Israel, man. All right? So the ones who are dwelling with wisdom, right, they're the ones that are walking on the earth, man. Those are the princes that are walking on the earth. All right? And folly being the same great identity, the ones who are set up on high is Esau, man. All right? Because
precept back up. This is Proverbs 14:24. The crown of the wise is their riches, but the foolishness of fools is folly.
That's right, man. So the foolishness of fools are folly, man. Right? So that, and really, the wisdom what gives you the crown, man. All right?
Oh, yeah.
On the horse. Yeah, and that's a perfect example that you brought up.
Yeah.
Because what happened in Texas, that goes to show you that scripture came to life, man.
Yeah.
All right, and that was used as an example of what the scripture's talking about, man. That folly being set in great dignity, and the ones that are rich, sit in low place, man. And Israel, all right, is set at a lower state, all right, and Edom is set on top, man. Right? And there's a reason why that horse is put there, man, because the horse represents power, man. All right? If you look at these old movies, I give you an example, right? Django, all right? When I forgot the main character's name, but he came in on the horse. You know, Stephen was like, "Hold on, what this nigga doing on the horse?" Because that's a sign of power.
Right.
Yep. But
Yeah, that's where you get like the word horsepower.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, for your car. So the car got horse power.
It's also a sign of hatred. You hate your brother too. You hate your brother. You see your brother on a horse. You should be happy with him.
Yeah, he symbolized the sellout.
Some of the
Yeah.
slaves that was on there, they was mad themselves. They seen him on a horse. Yeah, they was mad because they seen him on a horse. They should be happy. Oh, you got a brother on a horse. They should have been happy.
Yeah, but you know what?
They was hating.
Yeah, but you know what? That was due to you had something going on during the plantation, right? It was called Willie Lynch letters. All right, and when they was going out the Willie Lynch letters, they were sending to you slave masters, saying that look, if you sit a so-called Negro on top, put him in a position of power, it's going to cause a division. All right. So if they see somebody on top out of the so-called Negroes, then the rest.
Like that's where you get the domestic, the house brother from, which they call it the house nigga. All right, versus the field nigga. You see what I'm saying? That's what they'll get a whip to the house nigga, and the master will watch the man, the house nigga, whip the slave, the field slave. That's how they cause division, man. That's in the Willie Lynch letter.
And that's why Leviticus 19:17.
Say what now?
Leviticus 19:17. It said love your neighbor. And a lot of people don't get that value. They don't, you know, the preacher in the church is there says you love everybody. But God telling you to love of thy people. He said love thy people. But a lot of people don't see that. Now y'all can correct me on this if I'm right.
You know, that's true,
But
but it goes, they even go a little deeper because beautiful
You
God
can read it, bring it out Leviticus 19:17.
The beautiful God don't love those times.
Yeah,
The elect.
you're right about that. You're right about that too. Once,
Because Yahweh said that who my brother, who my sister.
Yeah, that's right.
wait,
Those who do the will, you got it. Bring it up.
In Matthew
Yeah, mother, yeah.
chapter 12 and verse 50, whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven.
Right, so the will of the Father is what? To come out here and teach this word. And there's a dynamic behind it. That's why when you consider the body of the Lord, you got eyes, you have a mouth, and you have ears. So you actually got hearers too. You got those that hear the word, that resonate with it. So everything plays together, you know? It's just like a concert. The artist is not just there by itself. You got to have a band, you know what I mean? Make it do. So when the Lord said, read that again.
Done. Whosoever shall do the will of my
Get
Father.
that in, I'm gonna get it back. Give me that in John 4. Is that John 4? It's I'm eating the will. Yep, go ahead.
Come. Whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother.
Right. So you can have a fellow Israelite, but if they ain't on the same frequency, the same wave as you, then you got to cast them off as a heathen man. The Lord gonna destroy them. And you know what proved that? The Lord built that ark. He built that ark to house 8 people, man.
nobody else can listen.
So nobody else gonna listen. See? Yep.
The Count Jeremiah, because Jeremiah really, hey, he's in the same spirit. He wanted all Israel to, to come back, come back to the Heavenly Father. But the Most High kept drilling in his head that look, don't pray for people don't build up a crowd for him, because he wasn't going to hear him. And then at the process of time, Jeremiah figured out that Most High was wrong. So he said, in the process of time, Jeremiah started to curse out Israel because of what they were doing, because they wouldn't listen. And really, they wanted to put Jeremiah to death. Right?
And that's headed to the Lord made us back in this lifetime to see a nigger in his element. That's why we vex at our own people. So now we're in a time we beg for the time we was trying to plead for Israel, but now in this lifetime we're begging the Lord to put these niggas to death.
I have a precept for you on this. This is Romans 11.
Hold on, you get what you got real quick.
Yeah, it's John chapter 4 and 34. Yahweh said unto them, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work.
So even the Lord himself, who the people ignorantly know is Jesus Christ, his whole force, his desire was to do the will of the Lord. So anybody who is on that page, that's who your real brothers and sisters. When you read Genesis the 12th chapter, it explains it. When you get a chance, read Genesis the 12th chapter. Go into Abraham. What was the first time? Matter of fact, get that real quick. We'll get what you got. We'll get that real quick. Because this shows you, because what Abraham was known as, a friend of the Most High. So you read this right here, and it'll give you an outlook on how you approach the Most High. Listen what the Most High requires of you. Check this out.
Yeah. This is Genesis 12:1. Now the Lord, Yahweh has said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee.
So before the Most High even wanted to deal with Abraham, he had to get away from his kindred, away from his country, away from his father's house. They didn't believe it because his father, Abraham's father, was who? Terah. Yeah, that's how it's going to be for all of them. Matter of fact, give me that in Jeremiah. Yeah, that's the song of all of us.
They can't see it. They just can't see
But that's the way the Lord wants it.
Yeah, I got it.
Because the Lord about drama. Give me Jeremiah 3 and 14, I think.
Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord.
Who that's talking about? That's talking about the elect. Lord ain't worried about all of Israel. He just worried about the 144,000.
Okay.
So that's a commandment. The Lord ain't pleased. He said, just like the Lord said, let it be light. Well, he said, turn ye, O backsliding children. Guess what? We did. We started to turn back to the Lord. That word turn means what? Repent. All right, go ahead.
For I am married unto you.
Yep, go ahead.
I will take you.
Hey, who the bride? The elect, the bride. The bride. Your house, go ahead.
And I will take you one of the cities.
See, I would take you one of the city. We just read that with Abraham. The Lord pulled Abraham out of that whole city. Go ahead.
And two of a family.
And two of a family. So it's not just you. You got a long lost cousin in Michigan somewhere going through the same thing as you.
And I will bring you to Zion.
And I will bring you to Zion. Zion is this gathering right here.
Yeah.
So that's the way the Lord wanted to do it. The Lord wanted, hey, when you go into your house shop, he had two biological, he had 4 biological brothers. 2 of them believed, Jude and James. Jude is the brother of the Lord. Jude and James believe the brothers made mockery of him. Yep, go do what you got.
This is St. Luke chapter 18 to 29. And he said unto them, verily I say unto you, there is no man that hath left house or parents or brethren or wife or children for the kingdom of the Most High sake. Verse 30, who shall not receive many fold?
Read that one more time.
Yeah, starting at 29, Luke 18, 29. And he said unto them, verily I say unto you, there is no man that hath left house or parents or brethren or wife or children.
Yeah, that's the sacrifice, man. Matter of fact, give me that Matthew 19. Yeah. So that's required. You know why the Lord did it that way? Because Jake got this thing about family. That's why Jake got that family reunion spirit. Barbecue, going to Big Mama house on Sundays, man. The Lord know that. That's whooping in your DNA. So that's your ultimate sacrifice to be able to get rid of your family, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Matthew 19 and 29. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake.
Yeah, that's another thing. You got these different Israelite groups. They push out the idea of family, getting together, having a damn barbecue, man. They really want to condition you to become acclimated in America and simultaneously, 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot in the truth. That's what they teach you, man. But we teach you restrictions. Matter of fact, give me that in Matthew the 7th chapter. Go ahead.
for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold.
Yeah, it's a reward. Do that sound familiar? That go into the story of Job. The Lord played Job, and Job had to lose everything. And when you read the last chapter, Job, what it say? He got everything. Matter of fact, hold that on there. He got everything back. He got it back, which is a such thing as reincarnation. You knew that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Because that's the brain. If you don't understand reincarnation, these scriptures is going to be a stumbling block to you.
God can't bring you back.
Yeah, he does that. Yeah, every third and fourth generation.
A lot of people.
Yeah, because they under the vibration of the hell, heaven, and hell.
My grandma always said, yeah, your grandma, your auntie. I've been here before.
That's the spirit.
They got it. They got a zeal for it.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, say something like that.
Yeah, for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life.
Right.
That's
So
the reward.
that's the reward. Everlasting life is the kingdom of heaven, man. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, this Matthew 7:13, enter ye in at the straight gate.
Right. So you got to enter ye in at the straight gate. See, that show you that right there. It ain't a broad entrance into this knowledge. Yet you got a lot of different groups. Yet there's one way, and it's narrow. That's why I asked you, did you ever heard of the Great Millstone? He didn't hear about it because it's a hidden path. It's like you take this road, right? You see, this street is broad, but it's a little alley somewhere that you keep passing by, man.
Yeah.
You never knew it was there. That's this. That's this knowledge right here, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, this Matthew 13:44. Again, the kingdom of heaven is not unto a treasure hid in the field.
Right. See, this thing is hidden, man. The true knowledge is hidden. It's not on display. That's what makes it precious, man. You know, because all the resources of the world, you know, it is. Matter of fact, I think there's. I believe it's Ecclesiastes 16 where it talk about the gold.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Set that one up. Yep. Go ahead, up. Everybody again, somebody give me Matthew 13 about the grounds. Because, you know, Israel, there's a lot of different camps that have sprung up, but it's only one truth. And guess who set it up that way? The Lord set it up that way, to rid away the undesirables, man. Like the ones that the Lord don't want, ISUPK. You know what I mean? But the ones that the Lord want, they're going to come in through Great Millstone, man. Straight up, because what we teach is the doctrine that was handed down by Yahushua himself.
Right.
What? You got something?
One body and Satan.
Yeah, on them clowns. You know what I mean? They are direct. They against Yahushua, man. They just straight up came up against Yahushua. They tried to downplay the miracles of the Lord. Which that don't make sense. Because what about Moses? Did Moses literally did Moses split the Red Sea? So Moses literally split the Red Sea. That means he did greater works than Yahushua, man. All right, so give me Matthew 13. Yeah, you start that one. Read that.
Matthew 13.
Y'all understand?
Yeah, this is Matthew 13, verse 1. The same day went Yahushua out of the houses and sat by the seaside. And great multitudes were gathered together unto him.
Why that word great there? See what I'm saying? That's a subtle words, don't play on words, man. The Lord dealing with great millstones, okay? We prove that. Read Psalms, the 145th chapter is dedicated to us, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, and great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow, and when he sowed, some seed fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched. Because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But others fell into good ground and brought forth fruit.
Somebody give me St. John 3, St. John 7 and 43. Now Now, the reason why we bring that out, because when you go into that parable, the seed represents the word, right? So why did this word be dispersed to all these different avenues? Because it was meant to bring confusion. Now, you might see a dude with fringes, you might have somebody teaching, you might say, that's the truth. But guess what? That don't mean it's the truth. That's why the Lord gives you a spirit of discernment, you know. You know.
And also, some people are being blocked too. Like
Blocked.
It's in the Bible.
Yeah, in Genesis, the angels blocked the way to the tree of life, cherub. The Lord blocked. So if you come into this right here, this is the truth right here. All right, give me St. John.
Yeah, it's St. John 7.
And who's responsible for this? It's the Lord Himself. Really?
St. John 7:43. So there was a division among the people because of him.
See, because of who? The Lord.
Yeah.
So it's a division among the people because of the Lord, man. Yahweh Shai Himself divided everything up. And in order for you to get this knowledge, you have to be led by the Spirit. Give me Romans 8 and 14. Somebody get something?
That's it, right?
Yeah, this is Luke chapter 12 and 51. He says, suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division.
That's what the Lord came to do, to divide everybody up. How is the Lord doing it? By way of the Bible. Because the Spirit of the Lord is resting in this book. This one book produces all type of outlooks and genres. You got 7-day Adventists and Jehovah's Witness, and I was just gonna say he just walked by one, you know. But all these people, they got these different ideas and beliefs from this one book. That shows that this book is very powerful, man. You know, but it's only one truth. Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes 39 and 24.
Yeah.
As his ways are plain unto the holy.
Right. So the ways of the Lord is plain to the Lord. What that's talking about? That's talking about these scriptures.
That's right.
See, I'm gonna ask the group right here, right? You said you listen to a lot of groups. What group talk about the destruction of America in World War III? You heard them speaking about that yet?
All of them.
All of them you heard?
Just about all of them.
Well, you must listen to Greg Nielsen.
I'm listening to one body, IUIC, HOI.
IUIC, well, I don't know if I'm not going to say, I don't know if IUIC teaches the destruction of America. I ain't know they teach that.
They teach that all the time.
Do that? I ain't know that.
They said it's the Babylon, like all of Babylon. So
Right,
Babylon will be destroyed.
Not just saying they go into detail that's going to be destroyed in World War III by missiles. Okay, I ain't never heard that one. No, they don't. All the groups don't teach that now. It ain't like you the only somebody listening to all the groups. We know the groups. Like our heads, our elders, they know the elders of these different heads of these groups. And they don't teach the destruction of America, man.
Oh, okay.
They don't teach that.
Some of them don't teach that.
Yeah, most of them don't. We don't. Like I they teach that we gonna come up in America.
That's the only way we're gonna take the kingdom. How we think they're just gonna let us take over?
But we ain't going to, the Lord's going to destroy America in World War III. World War III is actually in the scriptures. That's not common knowledge to everybody, man. All these different groups don't teach World War III in the missiles. I guarantee you go up on one of these camps, they ain't got that sign right there, man.
And that's the parable in Matthew 13 we just read. You know.
And that we just read what the Lord said. The Lord even said it's division. So think about it. If everybody was teaching the same thing, why we separated?
Exactly.
Right.
They don't even teach the name of the Lord. What's the name? What IUIC said the name of the Lord is?
They keep saying Yahweh Shai.
No, they don't say Yahweh. No, you talking about the wrong group then. IUIC, you know what the acronym is? Israel United in Christ. They teach Jesus Christ, man. They're just an Israel group. Baptist Church twist.
They also teach you that Jesus is not God. They teach all the groups teach that too. That means God is over Christ.
Yeah.
So that means it's the same thing.
No, it don't mean it's the same.
I got it.
That's the other thing too. Like, I mean, I could say, I could agree with you on a couple of things.
Yeah.
But matter of fact,
I got a precept.
get St. John, 1 John 2 and 20. Yeah, give what you got. I can agree with you with a couple of things, right? But if I don't agree, and somebody give me Amos, that what you getting 9 and 9?
I was getting John 15 and 15.
No,
We
Amos
revealed
13
all
is like,
things
yeah.
to his meaning.
Yeah, really?
This is John chapter 15 and 15.
It's like if you have a corporate meeting, Coca-Cola, they have the board meeting.
Yeah.
they got to come together on something at the end of the day. They might have their differences, but before they sign off on whatever, everybody got to come together on that, man. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, Pepsi ain't in there. You can believe Pepsi ain't there.
So you think like having these different groups around here, you think it's wrong for them to be spread apart?
No, it's right. That's the will of the Lord. But it's only one truth.
Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I call you friends,
See?
for all things that I've heard of my Father, I have made known unto you.
So you got servants and you got friends. Let's say like if you own this spot right here, right? And you got a dishwasher. I'm your friend. The dishwasher can't go in the back and talk with you or go into your truck and ride to your house because he's your servant. It's a difference. So the Lord got servants out here because everybody doing the bidding of the Lord. Matter of fact, give me Job 12 and 16. Even if you lie, you're doing the bidding of the Lord, man. You didn't know that, did you? Even if you lead the people astray, you're doing the work of the Lord. Give me Job 12 and 16, I think it is.
Job chapter 12, verse 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his.
So the deceived and the deceiver of the Lord. The Lord is the ultimate puppet master. The Lord controls liars and those who tell the truth. So the Lord got these other groups here set up to lead you astray. That's why the scriptures say, many that go abroad. We ain't finished that. Straight and narrow is the way. Broad is the way to destruction, and many that go therein.
Just to make a good point, it was an account, right? I'm trying to remember who it was, but it was the Spirit of the Lord, right? If I'm not mistaken. Or it was an angel told us that come back to the house and feast.
Oh, yeah. First King.
Because the Lord commanded not to go to
and eat and drink,
But the angel came and said, look, I was sent by the Lord to tell you to come eat and drink. So
the Lord raised up another prophet to lie to him. That's why it's written, man, the Lord is to be feared, bro. So the Lord said, this is the part of the attributes of the Lord. When you go into the word God, it goes back to Theos, Creator, man. Theos. This is moving, man. For the Lord's pleasure. Matter of fact, you think we playing? Give me Jeremiah.
I know what you said.
Yeah, give me Revelation 4. I feel you know.
It's going to be played out.
Yeah, it's going to be played as a movie. Just like Genesis Society, right? I like to throw that one up because it's a bridge between the old and the new. Everybody kind of saw Genesis Society. Well, Cain had to get shot at the end. And that's spirit, because Cain, Esau.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. He had to die. Okay, how many times you go to remote down? How many times you tell Cain, no Cain. Cain died then. But go with the broad, Cain. Yeah, go ahead.
Revelations 4 and 11. Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power.
Yep.
For thou hast created all things.
Yeah, the Lord created all things. The Lord created the wicked, man. The Lord created molesters and pedophiles. Proverbs 16 chapter. No, see, that's the thing when you really come into the truth. A lot of these groups, they subconsciously bring that Christian Baptist church spirit. You feel like the Lord is far into wickedness. Like the Lord up on his throne, like, oh my gosh.
He's a man of war.
Yeah, he's a man of war. He's balanced too. Yep, hold up. Give me that Proverbs 16 first. You got it?
Proverbs 16 and 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Right, so the Lord even created the wicked for the day of evil. So the day when somebody walked, that disgruntled co-worker walk on his job and on fire, that's a day of evil, right? So the Lord created that guy for that day.
That's right.
When you went over here as cargo in slave ships and you was castrated and all, it was an evil day. The Lord created the wicked for that moment. He created Esau for that. Yeah, do what you got.
This is Colossians 1 and 16. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth.
Yeah, rat scurrying across the room, man. The Lord created him. As eerie as he is, a possum. To show you that the mind of the Lord is heaven, man. Go ahead.
Visible and invisible.
Right, visible, because there's entities out here that you can't see.
That's right.
You know, the Pot the Hot, did y'all see the Pot the Hot video?
Okay.
That demon walking. Hey, this thing is real, man.
Yep.
So we won't, you're saying we created wickedness. So like if we wake up to the truth, right? We won't need other nations anymore, right? We won't need them. They're going to be in the kingdom too.
Yeah, everybody gonna be in the kingdom. as our service. That's it. Everybody gonna be in the kingdom. Because the kingdom is nothing more than just the next governing body to rule over the planet Earth. After the so-called white man is moved out of the way, the kingdom is gonna be the Israelites, the elect, with our Lord Yahweh Shah leading the charge, man.
Translate.
All right, precept.
Yep, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
And the one people will be the so-called white man, and the people that's going to be translated over to is the Israelites. All right. I just saw that them two butterflies. Seen that? Whenever you see them butterflies, that's a sign of the elect, man.
I found that out. You know, I had to deep down in that Bible.
Well,
That's coming.
yeah, the kingdom, we gonna rule.
We're gonna rule. I'm saying we're gonna rule.
Yeah, we
Other things gonna be in there, but they're gonna be outside.
slaves. There you go, bro.
It's gonna turn upside down.
That's it. I had a second chapter.
So Daniel chapter 2, verse 20.
Yep.
Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of the power forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. Verse 21, he changes the times and the seasons. He removed kings and set up kings.
He removing kings and set up kings. See that? Really?
He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know of understanding.
Right. The only way we got denied is God gave it to us, right? That's a volatile thing. Now, if you forget something, ain't nothing you can do to bring that memory back. Like you get a brain freeze. Like, damn, what his name? You can't remember, man. That show you how volatile. That show you how much you have no control. How vulnerable you are. Take this knowledge. Give me Isaiah 51. It started at what's that? Yeah, start at like 8 and read down.
Can I give you a quick precept?
Yeah, go ahead, get y'all.
This is Romans, Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end.
Verse. And that's spirit because we were calling that early, right? But the Lord wanted that to come out. All this time we had to be patient, man. Started the 25th verse.
Good. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come.
Hold fast. That's that knowledge, man. This is very slippery. Like, all is slippery. All is slippery, right? You got to hold on to it. You can't get comfortable as if you're going to just have this knowledge, man. As if it's just given to you. Like this is something that, like you just, you just built for it, like you meant to get it. No, man, it was the will of Yahweh by Shema outside. Yep, go ahead.
Good. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nation.
Yeah.
And he shall rule them with the rod of iron.
Go ahead.
As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers. Even as I have received of my Father.
Right, and that was prophesied in Psalms, the 2nd chapter. God first spoke of that in Psalms, the 2nd chapter. All right, so what you got?
Yeah, this Psalms chapter 51 and 11. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me.
Right. Now, give me. I think that's Revelation, the 3rd chapter, where it says, hold fast. Now, I think it's the first time.
Hey, Starship meant to fly, right?
You saw awkward as hell, man. Like we're going to the word, like Satan, right? The word Satan is Satan, it means adversary. Now, when you go deep into that word adversary, it goes into contrary, which goes to awkward, man. So that shows you that the so-called white man is the ones that's against the Most High, man. Straight awkward, man. You give them everything. They got the world, they got the bread, and they still awkward as hell. Like the Amalekites, the most awkward motherfuckers it is, man. Straight up. And God knows what's going on with that relationship. That's a relationship. Go ahead.
It's
Hey, that's how you gotta look at America, man. Like, that's a couple. That's a couple right there. Yeah, that's a straight up couple. You come on like, what you want? Get them some to eat and
mess around with horses, man, stuff like that.
Yeah, Esau.
That's a real thing,
Pony
man.
play.
Yeah. Oh, they marry they marry trees. And then what's that?
A chandelier?
Yeah, chandelier. They marry everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, they marry. Yeah, they marry. Yeah.
And what goes into that goes into Esau being awkward. He made a law to do so.
Yeah, he made a law to do so.
So how wicked is that?
Hey, that's why the Lord said, who are you to declare my statutes? You know what I mean? Seeing that you casted them behind me.
Yeah,
Man.
contrary.
Woo! Something contrary to what I'm doing. Hey, cause they take a page out of Ham. And that's the spirit he about to Ham popped the ground.
Yeah.
Like Hamite's crazy. Ham put a hole in the ground and popped the ground. That's a Ham crazy to motherfucker. Yeah, Ham shoved their head of cow's ass. They make their huts out of dung. Yeah, shit braids. They put shit to lock up their braids. Man, a real Hamite, you talking about going back to Africa, you want. A Hamite be 10 miles away, man. The smell of that motherfucker will run you out of there, man. Then they shower and piss.
Wow.
Ham crazy, man. Ham, you liable to see a bunch of Hamites surrounding a deer, eating them like some hyenas, man. Fighting off the hyenas.
Without cooking them.
Yeah, Ham crazy.
Without cooking them, just raw. Straight raw.
They can shoot, man. Esau try to equate so-called Negroes to Hamites.
That's an insult.
They never move out of that neighborhood.
Why is that even connected with Ham, though? African booty scratching. That's an insult in itself. There's nothing royal about Africa, man. You try to make some like Africans royal.
Do you think like we get mistreated like this now? Do you think African people get treated better than that?
Hell yeah.
You think we should move back there?
No, we ain't from Africa.
I'm saying I know we're not from there, but it's a land where.
Man, you go back to Africa if you want, man.
I'm just asking a question. That's
Yeah. No, don't go back to Africa, bro.
But the Chinamen are trying to take over there too.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, even if they didn't, man. I mean, ain't nothing in Africa, man. You've been acclimated into America, man. Once you get to Africa and you don't see no Burger King, you bug out, man. I mean, I'm just talking about like the average Jake out there, out here in America. They don't want no part of Africa, man, especially in black countries.
Give me an example. Richard Pryor.
Yeah, he said.
He actually moved out. He tried to move out to Africa. He came right back to America. Yeah, so that's a perfect example.
Not Africans by the stretch.
Richard Pryor, he couldn't buy with the Africans over there.
Yeah,
when he came back.
But so I'm saying, like, you know you're not African, right? But if you move back there, and you try to do we're not from doing.
Yeah, I mean, you can't.
Saying we can't do the same thing there.
No, man, Africa gonna eat your ass.
We belong over here. We belong to about people. I'm saying.
Well, we got groups like this group. We're part of a Great Millstone. We got Canada.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Israelites were scattered all over the world.
Yeah.
So it's Israelites in Africa. We got Israelites.
They can't stand Africa. They can't stand Africa.
Yeah.
Because Esau controls everything.
Yeah, Esau controls everything.
They still control it. I thought they would stop that.
But it's still everything. I'm gonna tell you, the only place Esau ain't at is where there's no resources, man.
Oh, okay.
If it ain't no resources, Esau ain't there, man. And you don't want to be there because it's a bunch of spirit chunking Hamites, man. They'll put you to death.
Deuteronomy 28 and 16, cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Right, in the field is the world. Give me Matthew 13.
That means wherever you go,
Wherever you go, the
no matter where you go.
Well, when you go back into Africa, we had communities. They were community wikis. We had Fort Judah, Fort Benjamin. That's why when you go in when Howard Shah when Herod tried to kill him, they fled into Africa, right? Because they had family out there. Israelites had different tribes, like were a community. They don't like to use it, but they had different communities out there. Yeah, Fort Benjamin, Fort Judah, I think Fort Levi, what I said, Matthew 13 and is it 38 or something like that? The field is the world.
Yeah, this is Matthew 13, 38. The field is the world.
Right, so the Lord and the curse said you're going to be cursed in the city and in the field. The field is somebody to the world. So no matter where you go, that's just like even in Africa or in different places around the world, like in Vietnam, I forgot the name of what they call, but it's certain people like after the Vietnam War, after Jake, the so-called Negro went over there after Vietnam and they popped a lot of them Vietnamese, they left their seeds on them. Guess what? They dogged them children out, man.
Wow.
Even though they was looking like them and shit, I forgot it's a name they gave them. Yeah, it was undesirable, but it's another name for it. Yeah. Oh, East India, Elam, all over the world. It's certain communities of Israelites that the nations know they know that they Israelites. Even if they look like that nation. Like them, the ones that Jake popped over there, they look like Vietnamese. But the Lord, that's bad the curses is. They identify them. You can't hide from the Lord, man. You can pop your seed, you can pop a Edomite in Alaska, leave your seed there. Well, the other Alaskans, which them is Japhites, they're gonna see that seed and they're gonna say, oh, that's Israelite. They're gonna dog them out, man. They're gonna form a damn foster home.
I'm saying this, as long as we're in the word, those curses are God gonna start helping us. Like God helping us.
Ultimately, the curse is gonna be lifted up, but we are the curses still.
I'm saying we under the curses as long as we with God and try to do the law to our best of our ability.
Yeah.
He's gonna help us, right?
Yeah, we're part of
the on other nations, right?
Yeah, part of it. Yeah, if you no matter where you go, the curse is gonna follow you. You know what I mean? Hey, that's why what we're doing really is that filthy rags to the Most High, man. It's, what's that? It's, I believe it's St. John 17. Wet man feeding his cattle. I think it's either 7 or 27.
Us being scattered. This is Jeremiah 12:9. My inheritance is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble, all the beasts of the field come to devour.
Right, those beasts symbolic to the other nations, right?
Yeah. That's what you just said.
Yep. You break down, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, like I was saying, man, we was all cast amongst them nations, man, and our men, we popped them. Our fathers popped them nations. We're like a speckled bird. Even though we look like them, the birds that we're amongst, they cast them out. They looked up like they weren't shit. So that there it is.
Which we didn't supposed to.
You know what I'm saying?
We didn't supposed to.
We the salt. So they looking at us like, hey, if we prosper before them like we did in West Africa, they're gonna cast us out still, like they sold us to the Dutch. See? So everywhere we go, we prosper, man.
Yeah.
All right. But we like that speckled bird. Everywhere we go, we pop and we procreate, man. Like
everybody know that.
But we didn't supposed to make marriage and not have sex.
There's 7 nations that we should have had sex. It's in Tobit and it's in Genesis as well. If I'm not mistaken.
You said.
But
how many
Edomites 7, I think. If I'm not mistaken, 7 nations. But most of them Cushites and Hamites.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, because the Lord told
No, Edomites is fine. Oh, Salaki.
No, you got to go ahead.
Yeah, Edomites are fine. You know what I'm saying? That'll be a concubine amongst us. But the Hamites and Cushites is the one, because they're the ones that they, like I said, plates in their nose, in their ears, their lips. You don't want that, man. Eating raw meat.
Okay, I need to rewind. So you saying y'all believe in having sex with my kid?
It's not we don't believe in. It's what is written in the law.
Read Deuteronomy 7.
It's concubines.
73.
Yeah. It's like spoils of wealth.
Yep.
It's like spoils of war. If we go to war right now, we come to prosperous, which ultimately Yahushua is going to be that prosperous. All right, we're going to be joint ass hopefully with him. We'll be able to take the spoils of war, which is land, women. All right, we know this land is going to be destroyed, but women will be able to take it.
You're saying in the future, not right now. What's supposed to be?
But it's coming. Curses are slowly turning.
Okay, let me do that. Now, you saying right now, we don't supposed to make people that don't like on the bed right now.
Yeah, man.
You don't supposed to, right?
Yeah, you can. I mean,
go ahead.
Give me Wisdom of Solomon. I mean, not Wisdom of Solomon. No. What's that? The 11th chapter.
See, that's why I had to ask.
Dealing with
what y'all believe.
King Solomon. The 11th chapter. 1 Kings 11. You got something?
I got a precept. This is Deuteronomy 7:1.
Yeah, because scriptures tell you that everything was made for the event state. So really, all these nations gonna be at our disposal. Go ahead.
And the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Gershites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt not make covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter shall not give unto thy son, nor his daughter take unto thy son. Those are 7 nations.
I believe all that, but I'm just saying, right now, you can't make marriages in that century right now.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Y'all just got to talk about a woman going across the street.
I mean, it don't matter.
That's just one
Hey,
woman.
give me-
Hold up, dude. Come on now. Wait a minute.
So you teaching us now? What
No,
you teach that?
I'm teaching them.
Okay, thank you. That's it. Thank you. See?
Why talk about it? Go ahead.
It don't matter, bro. Look, hold up.
I'm thinking
You can
y'all-
talk about a pair of shoes you don't like, don't mean you don't wear shoes all together.
Right.
You wear some shoes. Did I simplify it for you right there? Come on, bro, you can't get around that. I talked about one pair of shoes. That don't mean I don't wear no shoes.
I got you. But
Come on, bro. All right. Can't get simple, bro.
can I say something?
Hold on real quick. Give me this real.
Yeah, this Luke 17.
No. Give me the 11th chapter.
This is 1 Kings 11 and 1.
Hold on for a minute.
It's 1 Kings 11 and 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women.
Now, who was King Solomon? Give me. Hold on. Stand right there. Hey, give me 3rd chapter, where he made all the sacrifice to the Lord, and the Lord came to him in a dream. 1 Kings 3. There you go. Lightning. That's 5th verse. See, bro, up here now, bro, you gotta listen, bro, because this is the Lord's house up here, man. We going into breakdowns up here right now. So you gotta listen right now. We're gonna show you what the statement you just made is obsolete. That's obsolete. It's just like if you sweeping the floor, right? What you gonna stop and worry about one piece of lint for, man? You wasting time. Get the floor clean. Read.
The Numbers for the 12 verse 1. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married.
Now, hold up. Moses married the Ethiopian woman. Was not Moses a man of blood? Of course he was. Read.
It says whom he had married, but he had married the Ethiopian woman.
That's why you got to be able to extrapolate. Just saying you're a real judge, right? I can take any old character off the street and sit him in the city council, right? And you can read, okay, you went over 25 miles, guilty. No, that ain't a real judge, bro. A real judge knows the term. You might come in there and say, I ran the light because my brakes went out. Now you got to use discernment. You got to say, you know what? I'm going to let you go, bro, because you ran the light, but your brakes went out. That's how real judges work, man. See, these guys that read the law and then they just put their foot down, the law ain't good. Because you read it to the letter of the law and you ready to bring the hammer down on the people, man. Matter of fact, get that. Matthew 23 and I think 23. Where the Lord says you talk about the law, but you see the things of the law, which is mercy. Now, when you go into that word mercy, it goes back to the word clemency. When you go into that word clemency, it means to forgive somebody for something that is far above forgiving them for, man. Why you think when we get delivered, we're going to be praising the Lord? The Lord going to forgive you for things that you said talking about the white woman and you done did shit way worse than that, man. Yeah. So you can't harp on that. The Lord ain't dealing with that. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 1. There if you have a matter against another, go to law before the unjust and not before the saints. Do you not know that the saints shall judge the world?
Real judge. You didn't approach the real judges, man. We can actually send you away from here without salvation, man. Straight up, we can show you the scripture on that. Because when you go into the ancient world, you had gatekeepers. And before you can enter the gate, the Lord, that's why the Lord said, whatever you bound on earth shall be bound in heaven, man. You're in front of the gatekeepers right now. You ain't got to believe it, but we telling you that. So, finish that off.
It says, and if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?
Right, so we are able to judge the smallest matters up there. All right, so what you got?
Yeah, this Matthew 23 and 23. 1 or 2 scribes and Pharisees hypocrites, for you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law.
Right. So that means when you read the law, you got to have a certain discernment. Go ahead.
Judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the others undone.
Right. So when you read, I think that's Matthew, I think the 16th chapter where the Lord, when they was picking the wheat on the side, and then Yahweh Shah went into the history on them clowns. He said, what happened with King David? King David went into the temple and ate the showbread that was only for the priest, man. You knew that story?
I don't know it.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
You got to know that
So what
story
about
because
Solomon? You said Solomon married a lot of women, right?
yeah, we're finna go into that. But I'm gonna ask you a question. Who was Solomon?
Father?
He was his son.
His son,
But who was he? Give me this
one of the
picture right.
smartest kings in the world. What?
What was he? Who was he?
Reincarnation.
Who was he?
Yeah.
Who was King Solomon?
What you mean reincarnation?
Do you know King Solomon was the Savior, the Lord?
Okay, I didn't know that,
Now,
but he had a downfall too. In that.
thank you. He did.
What was his downfall?
The women. No, and not when it went to women. What did he do for the women?
He worshiped their God.
There you go.
That was his
Yeah.
fault.
Thank you. He didn't. It
That
ain't
means
about
he's
marrying.
supposed to be with his own women.
No. You're breaking it down yourself. The scriptures clearly tell you that he made monuments. He made monuments commemorating their gods, bro.
So you saying
He went wrong for that.
He went wrong for being with all of them.
No. You show me the scripture say it was. You show me the scripture then. Even King David. Come on,
I
bro.
thought it was Tobit 4 and 12. What does that mean?
No, yeah, we just mentioned that.
What's Tobit 4 and 12?
We mentioned Tobit. The same thing
He had
he
the
just
precept.
read.
Yeah, that's the precept.
Yeah.
That's the precept.
Okay. We read that already. So hold up. Read 1 Kings. So if that's the case, read this.
I got it.
Read this right here. 11.
Okay.
Read this. Hold up. Watch this now.
This
So the Lord contradicting himself. Hold up. Read this.
This 1 Kings 11 and 1, but King Solomon loved
And
many
that's why
strange
this
women.
didn't. Because he zip.
I got a
Read.
precept for that.
It says, but King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the
Now, the
daughter.
reason why I asked you a valid question and you keep glossing over it, let me ask you, let me say this hypothetical. If King Solomon was the Lord,
I didn't know he was the Lord.
he is the Lord. We can show you.
Okay, you can show it to me.
We gonna show you
I
that.
heard that King Solomon
Yeah,
was,
you walking up on the true
Christ.
knowledge of the
Back
Bible.
to earth.
Read that. That's why he got put to death, man. Read
It
this.
says, but King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Amorites, Edomites,
Now
Zidonians.
hold up, was he wrong for that? I'm gonna prove you that he wasn't wrong for that. Give me the 3rd chapter. We're gonna show you that he went wrong. Who gave him the women?
I don't know who gave
The
it.
Lord gave it to him, man.
It's
Read
choice
this.
we make too.
This is
What you say?
It's choices we make. We make in life that can bring us.
No, you don't make choices. The Lord control your mind.
that's right.
Just read that.
We can show you. Okay, now this is the difference with us and you, right? Is we gonna believe that some guy with a bottle of water, cool as hell, or we gonna believe a guy who can go in the scriptures. Show me in the scriptures where it say that. You can't show me. We can show you though. Jeremiah 13 and 23, and give me Proverbs.
Go ahead. Let y'all talk.
Bro, you ain't nothing but you a robot that the Lord controls, man. And we can show you that in Job. It's in the book of Job too. Give me what you got.
Yeah, this is 1 Kings 3, Salakia.
Let me ask you this: if you had your own will, you wouldn't die. Well,
Yeah, this 1 Kings 3.
you had your own will, make your own choice, you wouldn't die.
That's because God did.
No, thank you. So which one is it?
But God,
No. Well, hold up. You just said you make your own choice, right?
Yeah, I'm saying
Let me
you
ask
make
you
your own
this: you
choices in
choose.
life when you're alive, man.
In
But
life.
you can learn. You can learn.
See, he don't want to listen. He don't want to be taught. Man. Let me ask you. You just made a statement. You make your own choice, right? If you make your own choice, that means you will live forever, man. And I'm saying that broad. I ain't just saying you. It's big. Don't flatter yourself. It's bigger than I'm talking about broad. If a person made their own decisions, they wouldn't walk out of their house and make that left turn that left them wrapped around a damn pole.
I get this precept right quick.
You'll never get sick. Yeah, go ahead.
It's Ecclesiastes 5 and 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Lord, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of food.
Right, you got to be ready to hear when you come to the Lord.
It's the charge right there too.
Because, bro, to be honest, you don't know what we know. I say that humbly.
I don't.
You don't know, bro. We didn't see you coming. We didn't saw Plenty of you guys coming over.
I'm confused about Solomon. Don't you think?
It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out.
Let's say,
Bro.
let's say,
You're confused.
and let's say like this. Solomon made a mistake, right? So you think David and all the rest of his generation found out what he did, and they didn't make that mistake either?
No, because why we're in captivity today?
Huh?
Huh? Why we're in captivity today? They didn't make that mistake. Come
I'm
on,
saying
bro.
about marrying the other.
They did, bro.
Married.
They did, bro.
For they
They wrote it
consider
down.
not that they do
Hey, man,
evil.
well, you going to the roof, man. You going to the roof.
Yeah.
But that's a mystery right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, read. Bro, man, you got to just live. You're dealing with dudes that live this. See, that's why we out here every week. We might not see you next week. This brother come back, he'll see us next week. Lord will. All right, go ahead, read.
Yeah, this 1 Kings 3:9.
Pay attention.
Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart.
Jump up to him.
You want to go what he asked?
Since you're not acting.
Okay, yeah, kind.
I think, what the fifth verse is? Look right there. That's what I want. Read it down. Pay attention. This is Solomon. Hey, watch what you say about King Solomon now. I'm just warning you. Read. Telling you now. Watch what you say about King Solomon. By the way, what the word Solomon mean in the Hebrew? See? That's why
I'm not here to learn.
That was it. That's why we
stuff I'm asking questions
Thank
like.
you. It means peace.
Yeah.
The Lord, Israel never experienced peace. It was under King Solomon. You think that was coincidence? That was the will of the Lord, because that's the Lord, man. That's this guy, man.
Real quick, man, when you ask a question, bro, wait for an answer. Don't ask a question and answer it yourself.
I got you.
Yeah, because the Lord is patient. The Lord a farmer. When you plant a seed, it got to grow. All right, read.
Yeah, kind. This 1 Kings 3:5 in Gibeon, the Lord appeared.
Hey, 2 weeks in a row, though. See, like the battle. Hey, you know, like when you getting closer to breaking into the penetrating, the battle get intense. Like 2 weeks in a row, we had to pull out the sword and go to battle, man. Hey, go ahead. And feeling love, we on a mission here, man. We fighting for a crown up here, bro.
That's right.
We out here in the hot sun, man. Go ahead, read.
Yeah, kind. This 1 Kings 3:5.
Read.
And Solomon, and Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night.
Let me ask you a question. Who did the Lord ever appear? Hold on, let's read further first.
Yeah, kind. And the Most
Hey, bro,
High.
we giving you knowledge. You supposed to be paying for this. What? Go ahead.
That's it. And the Most High said, "Ask what I shall give thee."
Hold up. Did you just hear that? What other patriarch, prophet, Abraham, ever in the Bible that the Lord came to and said, "What you want from me"? And you can't find it. The Lord commanded all them to do things. That's why when they went on their way, they said, "Thus said the Lord." The Lord commanded them. The Lord went to Solomon and said, "What you want from me?" That's why you got to know the scriptures. When you read, matter of fact, give me Psalm the 2nd chapter.
Before you read that, can I ask a question? Was they in the kingdom like Solomon?
Yeah, he was king
They
then.
ruled the earth, right?
Yeah.
So that's why he could do that all this, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. But his downfall was
He ain't getting it, man.
so you said
He ain't getting it, man.
You said he
just
didn't have a
trying to-
downfall?
What you wanted to say? You was right,
Yeah,
brother.
I'm just saying.
Well, hold on, no.
You
What did I
got
say?
them into it,
Okay,
though.
No, he wanted to say. He wanted to ultimately say, no, you was right, bro. You was right, bro. You was wrong. Now, he ain't gonna let it alone.
All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
See?
Go ahead, read this.
But even the downfall that you thinking that he had, the brother already told you that you was wrong, but he can explain to you if you listen.
And we're gonna show you that downfall that the Lord overlooked that downfall. When you go into 1 Kings the 7th chapter, where the Lord said, I won't separate my mercy from him, man. You trying to condemn King Solomon, man.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you will, man.
I'm saying he
You
learned
trying to
from his
condemn
mistakes.
Yahushua, man, when the Lord didn't let him go, man.
Oh, no, that's not
I can show you the scripture where the Lord let him go, man. You wrong, bro. Don't do that,
okay.
bro.
I didn't know
You
anything.
trying
I
to
didn't know
condemn
I
the
was
Lord
doing
when
it.
his father already let him go, man.
Oh, okay.
It could get, hey, man.
I'm looking at we make mistakes.
Spirit of the
in
Lord,
life. That's what I was
speaking,
looking at. I was
bro.
looking
Now
at
read
King
this,
Solomon
man.
made mistakes. We
King
all make
Solomon had to
mistakes
play
in
with.
life.
Read.
Kind. It's first.
Make us go into the provisions of King Solomon, man. Go ahead.
That's it. Yeah, this 1 Kings 3:5 again. And Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon.
Man, who the Lord appeared to, man? The Lord sent his angels, man. Just finna say, see how he tried to cut me off? See how he cut me off, don't even know the scriptures, man. The Lord didn't even show himself to Moses, man. He showed his backside to him, man. You know what I'm saying? To correct us, man. The Lord came and talked to King Solomon, man. Go ahead, he appeared to King Solomon, read.
He appeared to King Solomon.
Hey, Let me ask you this, since he's saying all about Moses. Did Moses make it into the promised land?
No, he didn't.
Okay. That's why when Yahweh Shai came back, what Yahweh Shai said, Moses. Yeah, go ahead. You giving Moses all the problem. Moses can't save you, bro. Read.
It says, and the Most High said, ask, what shall I give thee?
Oh. Did you hear that? We ain't got to break that down. Read that again.
Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night. The Most High said, ask, what shall I give thee? And Solomon
Can't
said,
get around that, bro. Whoever the Lord asks, what do you want from me? Everything else, the Lord commanded, man. Even Israel, the Lord didn't ask Israel what the hell they want. He commanded them to do what he told them to do. He came to Solomon and said, what you want from me? See, y'all don't read the scriptures, bro. If you read the scriptures, you'll understand how heavy King Solomon was, man. Read? Y'all don't know who King Solomon is, man. Solomon is the Lord, bro. That's who's coming back. The kingdom of heaven is the continuation of King Solomon. And we can show you that, man. Give me 1 Samuel 7th chapter. You got more? Read.
yeah, kind.
1 Samuel the 7th chapter, start at the 12th verse. Read.
It said, and Solomon said, thou hast showed unto thy servant David, my father, great mercy, according as he has walked before thee in truth.
Hey, and that's you go another thing. Was not King David was known as the beloved of the Lord, right? Man after the Lord's heart. King David had a man put to death so he could pop his wife, man.
Man.
You know about that, right?
Yeah, I know about that.
And who was produced from that? King Solomon, man. The Lord, that's why the Lord talk about in Isaiah the 55th chapter, my ways, not your ways.
That's right.
Y'all
That's right.
some to bring that Baptist church, we don't even know the Lord is heavy, man. The Lord about drama, man. Read.
That's right.
Yeah, hold that to get what you got.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 2. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High.
Yeah, because this is the presence of the Lord up here, man. Show you that.
Come on y'all side.
No, I'm just saying, you got a zeal, but you got to come a certain way. That's just like you go to court. You don't step up and hey, hold on, Your Honor. You don't do all that, man. You got to look at it, but see, the Lord is a snap. The Lord set us up as regular looking guys. That's how he tests your heart, man. Because you looking at it carnal, you got to look at it spiritual. It tells you that in 1 Samuel the 16th chapter. The Lord look at the inward man. So this brother here, the Lord leading him. See, the Lord keeping him, man. Oh, King David say that. He said, keep my mouth. King David said, Lord, keep my mouth, man. Because you can utter something for the Lord. If I get offended in you, guess what? The Lord offended in you. It tell you that in it's at Luke 16. Whoever offend one of these little ones.
The angels tremble before the Lord.
Oh yeah, the angels tremble before the Lord.
What are we, man?
Oh, the angels tremble before us. They tell you that in 1 Peter 1, man. How the angels desire to look into what we know, man. Go ahead.
It's finishing off in Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 2. For the Most High is in heaven, and thou upon earth.
Now, you might say, well, hold up, the Most High in heaven, but how did you approach it? Because I'm gonna give you an example to simplify it. If I'm the power company, I'm an executive of the power company, and you just the guy with the tool belt coming to disrupt the service, well, you doing my bit. You're an extension of me. I might say, you might come to my house to cut me off, and I might say, well, hold on, bro, you can't cut me off. But guess what? I'm directly going up against the executives. So we the servants of the Lord, man. So if you come up against us, you're coming up against the Lord.
Therefore, let thy words be few.
You gotta let your words be few. Because we got it, we established. We here. Now if we came to you, then we'll have to come in that order. We say, hold up, this man here teaching the word of the Lord, man. We gotta listen, man. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, kind. First Kings 3 and 6. And Solomon said, thou hast showed unto
Hey, get Uncle water. Want water?
Yeah,
you, get Uncle water. Get him the water.
This is on 1 Kings 3 and 6. And Solomon said, thou hast showed unto thy servant David, my father, great mercy,
Read.
according as he has walked before thee in truth, and in righteousness, and in uprightness in heart with thee, and thou hast kept him from this kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, and it is this day. And now, O Lord, my power, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David, my father, and I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. And And thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy
I'm going to show you
people.
something. Pay attention. Read.
He said, give therefore thy servant an understanding
Let me
heart
show you that this is the Son of the Lord. Watch this.
to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this, thy so great a people?
Read.
In the speech, please the Lord.
Right there. Who can please the Lord, man? Who can please the Lord like that? I mean, hey, the speech that he gave the Lord was witty. It was like he gave the Lord son, and the Lord was blown away like, oh my goodness. Why? Because that was his son, man.
He knew what his father wanted.
Can't nobody go to the Lord but Yahweh sound. Go to, matter of fact, go to Ecclesiastes 43. And give me, hold that 1 Samuel on there too. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Matthew 3:16. And Yahushua, when he was baptized, went up straight away out of the water, and lo, the heaven opened unto him, and saw the Spirit of Most High descending like a dove, and lightning upon it. And lo, a voice from heaven saying, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased.
And we can show you, but that's dealing with Solomon too. The only somebody the Lord ever called his son was Yahweh Shai, who the world called Jesus. And who else? Solomon. We're going to show you that. You ain't know that though. You ain't know that. I know you didn't. We know you didn't. Nobody don't know this, but we know this. Okay? The men of the Lord know this. They don't know it, man. They don't know it. Because if they did, they'll teach it, man. We teach it. You ain't heard it nowhere else. If you heard it, okay. Well, how about we don't give it to you then? You just go get it.
No, I'm saying
okay,
I might
thank you.
get
No, I was just going to say, I
Right
want
now,
to give
I'm
them a
getting the
challenge.
info.
We don't give it on, right? You come back next week with it. You ain't going to come back with it because you can't find it nowhere else. All right, yeah, go ahead. I think around the end, 23rd or 12th. Yeah, go right there.
Yeah. This is
Hold it real quick.
Ecclesiastes 43 and 27. We may speak
We
much.
can't get this pearls, man. We got to see if you worded it, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 43 and 27. We may speak much and yet come short. Wherefore in some he is all.
Yeah.